We are just now leaving the top of Little Round Top, but we didn't get out of the car. There is a view of the battlefield, and I will try to find a spot that we can turn to see the view of Little Round Top, which is just like this. And it overlooks the peach orchard and the wheat field. But it was a key pivot point for the Battle of Gettysburg, and the 20th Maine saved the day by keeping the Confederates off Little Round Top, because if the Confederates had made it to the top of Little Round Top, they would have a commanding artillery view of the southern flank of the Army of the Potomac. And there was a lot of fighting over this hill, but finally 20th Maine and its famous commander rescued the day. We're now entering predominantly the Army of the Potomac's lines, and we are on Sedgwick Avenue, and we'll begin one way north on Sedgwick Avenue. There's a large monument on the right. We just passed a small one, the 2nd Rhode Island Volunteers, and 7th Massachusetts Infantry. And I cannot read this major statue, but it's the 1st Massachusetts Cavalry, 3rd Brigade, 2nd Cavalry Division on detached service. And it's Sedgwick. The monument is apparently a commanding general, Sedgwick, Sedgwick. It seems to be a newer memorial, placed in recent years, and the Gettysburg continues to receive memorials from different commands fought and died here. Over 150 years ago. On the right, we have a tree tree memorial for the 37th Massachusetts 2nd Brigade, an inverted cannon memorial from the 5th Corps headquarters, Major General George Sykes. Looks like Sykes. New Jersey Brigade Monument is to our right on this small hill. It really is out of distance of the camera. Army of the Potomac 6th Corps Memorial plaque is on the right, and a small farm is on our left, though I do not know the name of the farm. Oh, G. Workert House. It's a farmhouse. W-E. Weekert. W-E-K-E-K-E-R-T. And we are now at Hancock Avenue. And heading towards the major memorial, of course, the Pennsylvania Memorial. You can see it directly ahead. We are close to the Angle, which was the furthest most northern point that the Army of Northern Virginia made into the north. We're now on the east side of Pickett's Charge and looking across towards the Confederate line. The park is open to horseback riding and bicycling, and there are horseback riders and bicyclers today and enjoying this wonderful park. This memorial is quite interesting to me, and I'm not quite sure who it is. It seems to be a minister, maybe a commander. Well, a commander who has his hat off and gloves and is standing with his hand raised. I'll see if I can get close enough. And it says, it looks like Reverend William Corby. Reverend Father William Corby, C. Confederate States of South Carolina. But what he's doing on the behind the northern lines, I have no idea. Now, there might be Reverend William E. Corby, CSC, Confederate States of Congregation of the Holy Cross. This memorial depicts Father Corby, chaplain of the Irish Brigade, blessing the troops before battle at the Battle of Gettysburg, July 2nd, 1863. The running soldier on the left is the memorial from Minnesota. 1st Regiment Minnesota Volunteers, Brigade, 2nd Division, 2nd Corps. And the Pennsylvania Memorial is on the right, of course. Meade, Reynolds, Pennsylvania, the Commonwealth of Pennsylvania. Culp's Hill is to the right, and Auto Tour, let's see, Culp's Hill, Hancock Avenue, and we're leaving Hancock Avenue. And a few more memorials, and we should be finished with the tour of the battlefield. th Vermont Infantry Memorial, and assorted memorials on the left. Very, very beautiful memorials, obelisks, and such. And I will go off the road slightly to give you a view. Traffic coming, so I can give you kind of a view of the northern flank of the Army of the Potomac and across the farm. This would be the right northern flank of the Army of the Potomac. And possibly, I don't know if this is I don't think this is the angle. We're too far away now from the Confederate lines. I don't think they made it this far north. The obelisk on the left that we saw just now was erected by Congress as a memorial to the Army of the Potomac. And this possibly could be the angle. I'm not quite sure. This is a unique memorial, and I'll try to show it to you. Is a teepee of an Indian, and an Indian standing in front of a teepee. And it's a bronze memorial. It's very beautiful, well done. But it is a memorial to the 42nd New York Infantry, 3rd Brigade, 2nd Division, 2nd Corps, Tammany Regiment. Tammany is probably in Tammany Hall. They did have apparently they had a good reputation at one point in their life, in their historical life. Quite a lot of memorials here, so this possibly might be the angle. There's an open book Bible on the left, and I'll try that people are reading. And mini cannon, and I think this could be the angle, but it's so far away from the Confederate lines. That was such a long way for them to march. Maybe I can ask this gentleman here. Excuse me. Excuse me. Hello? It's hard of hearing. I gather this is the angle. A lot of caissons, many caissons here. 2nd Brigade, Brigadier General Alexander S. Webb. And then there's a story that accompanies this. There it is. This is the angle. This is the furthest point. There's a plaque that says the angle. And so this is where the last gasp of the Confederate Army in the North came. And this was the charge of the Army of Northern Virginia under the direction of Pickett, General George E. Pickett. But it's a terribly long way. It almost looks like a mile. And the fences that they had to cross and the open fields that they had to cross in the face of these cannon and infantry behind this, and Northern infantry behind the stone wall. Just unbelievable. And that should be, and this is the end of the story of the 3 or 4 days of the Battle of Gettysburg, and the loop tour of the park that I've been able to provide you today. And we shall do more of these auto tours for our own enjoyment. And we thank you for watching. Goodbye.